Quite your hard question. Yeah. But are you from the community? Are you from the community? I don't know. I don't know you. Sorry. You're Mutu advocate. Ah. Okay. Sorry.
The question time will come soon. So just
Yeah, but
I think Tuan is presenting from the ATDC.
No, I'm not from the ATDC. I just want to rectify a few factual.
silence, please.
I want to rectify a few factual errors which have been stated in some of the presentations, because we all want to know the real facts, right? So when the presentation was made about the Auroville Foundation Act, which was one of the first, it was said that the governing board has to work in collaboration with the RA. That is correct. But what was not said, and I would request you to read the Act. How many of you have read the Act actually? Okay, so if you read the Act, then you also will read that the master plan is formulated by the RA for the approval by the GB. Read that. Then you please read, I'm not saying whether I'm in favor of it or not, I'm just saying what is written there. Then there is section 17E of the Act, which says very clearly that the governing board shall ensure that Auroville is developed as per the approved master plan. They shall ensure. These are simple facts. The second mistake which was made in the presentation, it was said the International Advisory Council advises the GB and the RA. No, the International Advisory Council only advises the GB. Please read the Act on that paragraph as well. Now the big confusion about, shall I read it out from the Act? Okay, so read it yourself. The other one is about the famous story about the detailed development plans. It is true that the master plan speaks about detailed development plans. But the development of the first 5 years is in the master plan itself. And there is an item in the master plan itself on page 81, which talks about the Crown Road and the outer ring with a budget of 1.6 crore in the year 2001. It is part of that plan itself. Now, why was that done? Probably that the people who finalized this plan, they must have thought, look, if we say that everything, even the first 5 years, has to be first wait for a DDP, nothing would have happened. So they included the first 5 years in the master plan itself. If you have any doubt, it is right laying here, and it is an item on page number 81, Crown and Outer Ring, 1.6 crore, and security lighting, 0.75. It is in the plan itself. So the Crown is a master plan road. It is not a detailed road. The detailed roads come indeed inside the sectors, inside the zones. There will be all sorts of paths and meandering roads inside the zones and sectors. Now, another question I want to ask you. If you are now so keen, which is a good thing to do, to have DDPs, this plan was made in 2001. What prevented us in the last 20 years to prepare DDPs? No. No, this is a very dishonest answer, because if there was one person who pressed for DDPs, I have proof of that was me. Dr. Doshi made a quotation, an offer in 2016, where he offered to Auroville to prepare the detailed development plan for the whole of Auroville. He was going to have one team working in Ahmedabad. He was going to have one team working in Auroville, in the TDC office, Lavani office. He even gave a quotation for it, how much it would cost, who would come, how long it would take, and it was rejected by Auroville. We said we will do it ourselves. And now, 8 years later, we haven't even a draft of a DDP. So let us become a little bit more honest. We always start talking about DDPs when an action starts in the field. So if we are honest about DDPs, why haven't they been prepared all these years? What is the problem? So my point, I'm setting right some facts. And the fact of the matter is that the governing board of the past, not this governing board, has in 6 meetings, I can show you the minutes, asked the TDC to prepare the DDPs. In 1 year, it was in the month of July, sorry, can you just hang on for a minute? There was a meeting in the month of April, sorry, not July, where the governing board again asked the TDC, and the TDC was present, said we will give you in September of this year. That was in 2016, I believe. So the point is, we have been promising, we have been announcing, Dr. Doshi was willing to do it, and then we all go back to sleep, and then so action starts in the field. Oh, DDP, DDP, DDP. This is not honest. It's not just simply not honest. We lack a collective honesty. When we are honest, you can woo like you want, but it's a fact. We have promised to make a DDP. We have, with this booklet, we have collected crores of rupees for land and infrastructure and buildings. With this booklet, I was in Dr. Karan Singh's office in 2002 with a donor who was specially brought there to meet Dr. Karan Singh. Mr. Ramaswamy, the secretary, had also flown down, and he was given by Dr. Karan Singh himself this book with a request, can you support us with implementing this? He committed on the spot for 3 crores for land, and that was money of 2002. That will be worth about 20 crores today with the inflation. So we have been telling people, give us funds to implement this. Hundreds of letters have gone to the Tamil Nadu government from the community. Protect the master plan. Protect the master plan. Give us an NDTA. Give us some mechanism. And now we are saying, no, the master plan has to be relooked and we are not clear about it. Can you believe what an outsider will think about us when they look at this? Promising, announcing, collecting funds, buying land. We have in Auroville, on the land which was meant to be for the township, we have developed family estates. Family estates. A house for the parents, 2-3 houses for the children, a garage, a swimming pool. We have developed those type of estates. Is that the way that Mother said? When the quotation of the mother was given just a little while ago, that it is important the way we develop. Is this the way we develop? That we collect funds, we buy lands and we develop and we put family estates there? Is it? No, hang on. No, hang on. I'm almost done. I'm done. I can go on for another half an hour like this, which I won't do. But I think we need a bit of introspection of what we have promised and announced and what we are actually doing. Just think about it. Thank you.
So we are going to open, the intention was basically to have a sharing now in the room that we come more as a circle, and then you can share and everyone can share. Selvaraj, Mita, you can share in this sharing of the room. So just let's come a bit closer from both ends, is possible? Yeah. What happens?
So yeah, I'm taking names for the open floor. Is that what we're doing now?
We wanted to break some patterns somehow and not take names and to invite people to talk from their essence. No, but actually we are going to take names. Right now I don't feel like breaking patterns.
So, shall I?
Yeah, sorry. No, there was Mutu. Yes, there was Mutu. But can we come to a...
Wait a second.
Can we? Okay, no, whatever. Yes.
Good evening, everybody. I am Muthu. Many of you might not heard me, but my only question and doubts: what was the urge for the ATDC to get into a community at night 1 a.m.? Are we building a road to a military cantonment, or are we building a road for a city which was envisaged by the mother? Is there anybody who can answer this from the ATDC? TDC? What was the urge? A plan was proposed and it was gazetted in 1999, 2001, and it has been pending since last 20 years, 2 decades. I mean, what is the urge that you put in 3 JCBs in night and approve the trees? Is there no way out? I mean, the incident caused a stain on Auroville. I mean, there are a lot of juveniles who have been harmed, a lot of women who has been harassed, violence. I mean, is this what we call unity? And please, I'm not here for applause. I'm a simple man, I don't want this, sorry. And an outsider coming from 10 kilometers and hitting our brothers and sisters and pulling. I mean, what is this? Are you not ashamed of? Are we not brothers? Are we not seeing one another for the last 30 years? Is it not a shame? Is it not a shame? And you play part of it and you invite outsiders to hit our own brothers and sisters and someone who questions and you're slapping him on his face. Is it not a shame on you? I was part of, I was witnessing it. I don't need to be physically present. I have my work. I'm not a wrestler. I'm an advocate practicing from lower court to the high court. I'm not a wrestler like few of you who are engaged in inviting rowdies and gundas. Sorry. And my humble request to the Madam Secretary is, though there might be division now or in the near future, it is the lawful duty of the Madam Secretary to see them all in both eyes. And she must take a lenient views and she must try to settle the issues within the community. And there must never ever been any chance given to outsiders to come into and to be rude with our brothers and sisters. Thank you. And my prayer.
I have the names here. So, look, I have taken names. I'm just gonna, I know everybody wants to speak, and I request all those speakers to come to the stage and do it, because this meeting is being live streamed as well, and that the rest of the community could see your face as well. So as far as the names are concerned, I have now Selvaraj, Meeta, Shankar,
Tapas is here also.
Sumit.
She was here.
Okay, I mean,
Yeah.
it has to go
But
through
we
the order.
cannot, we need also 15 minutes of ending.
One moment.
We won't be able, I'm just saying we won't be able to hear everyone. If we have to close at 6:30,
So what is that you're suggesting, Eliza?
that we have 15 minutes, we have 15 minutes more of discussion.
Okay.
But so basically, please everyone, bring your point in essence again, and yes, and please, yeah. So for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, we continue,
Yeah.
and then we will need to go to a closing.
Selvaraj, நீங்க போய் பேசுறீங்களா? Who else? Tapas is there as well, right? Tapas. Okay. And then,
What do I know? I can't hear you. Huh? Hello? 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 Can you hear? What I'd like to say, we have a good moment now. For the first time in Auroville, we have been receiving about 10 to 15 crores for the, for the projects of Auroville. We hardly have got any money from the Western countries, from any pocket from here and there. People who are from outside, who have some money, they use it for their own personal thing, but not for the common pot. Hardly anything is there. Yes, this is fact. Yes. What I want to say,
Can we?
look, Vani, I can say something on that. Can I say something? Can you allow me to talk?
Yes, but please.
Can you
let's
allow me to talk?
We are still.
Yes.
Sevach, sorry.
Can you
Once
allow me
again.
to talk?
Yes, yes.
On this kind
Yes.
of an interruption.
Well,
No.
that's
Then
part of where we
there's
are
enough
at.
people here will
That's
shout.
where we are
We will
at.
be in a mess.
So at the moment, but for now,
I'm
please
telling you
offer
something.
your point of view. and
I'm
offer
trying
your
to tell you
style.
my point of view. Just calm down.
Sevach, please.
Yes.
I'm trying to offer quality of space for you to speak.
No, but Pierre, what is that?
It's not about them, it's also about you.
Okay, anyway, look, what I want to say, the last 10 years, we have been buying lands in the green belt. hardly anything in the city area. Okay? So our green belt is growing. Now the Crown Road, the people who have planted trees on the Crown Road, they're planted on the city Crown Road. Okay? So let's not make a fuss. It's about 5 to 10 acres which has been removed for building of the city the mother had dreamt. And all along my life, I've been hearing the city. Where's the city? Please, with the secretary being there now, I believe there's going to be money for the infrastructure. There's going to be money for the infrastructure. What are you saying? Yeah, Kripa, you spoke for 2 minutes.
I'm just telling Satish to put my
Okay. So I'm just saying. But that was actually 10 minutes.
Please, Selvaraj,
I
go
counted
on
that.
and finish.
Now look, what I'd like to say here, for once, there's some money coming for the infrastructure. Let's do all yes. There's for the first time money coming for the infrastructure. Let us be grateful and collaborate and work towards that. Yes, collaborate. With this way, we are never going to achieve any city. There's only blocking. Today, this morning, I asked Ponusami. He had got the cable 10 years ago. 10 years ago, the cable is lying on the Crown Road, and we haven't been able to solve within ourselves, figuring out what to do with this. And now we are saying the secretary is there. She's pushing, and without any process. Come on, there's been hundreds of process. Let's not delay this. One more thing I want to say.
No, Selvaraj, I'm sorry, your time is up. And we
another
look
thing
at
that I
all
wanna
the
say.
people we have. Selvaraj,
Look, other people have been given 2
look
minutes.
at all the people who wants
Can I
to
just
talk.
say one second?
It's just time. It's
Look.
just time.
You think by dragging on, Auroville will be given the opportunity all along to dream about its city? No way. If there's no strong action done, strong movement now done, within next year, not 10 years more, we will have whole big private people building over the so-called Auroville city area. So then, we will not just have the Auroville city, all the green effects that we are having in the area will also be destroyed. Thank you.
Thank you, friends. And just a very kind request to please follow the suggested time frame for your questions. And please remember, today it's not the last meeting, it's just the first one, Residents' Assembly meeting. So you will have this opportunity to share your feedback, writing to the RS, for example. And yes, the second RAM will also happen.
Thank you. And yes, Lily is making a gong. So please, at the moment you hear the gong, please conclude what you are saying. And we won't go through the whole list, I guess, but we'll see.
They're here.
Okay.
It's 2 minutes each, sorry.
Okay, I just want to respond to what Tuan said about the 1.6 crore and the 5 years being in the master plan. I was present in the meeting of 1999 when we approved the master plan that was presented. It was for land protection. It was because Saratas had bought that land and we got really worried. And it was a huge meeting. I remember it like it was yesterday. There were 1 or 2 dissenting voices, but we all agreed to the master plan for a reason. It was land protection, right? And then, sorry? You were not there, Smita, in that meeting. You guys were not even there. Let me wait.
It's minuted also.
Let me say what I have to say. It was for land protection, all right? And then when it went to Delhi, there were changes that were made. There were a whole bunch of changes that were actually put in. The addition of radials, that was not agreed. We did not agree to the addition of all those radials. That's one point. It never came.
Okay.
They were not discussed in this way, Tuan, in that meeting. I'm sorry, they were things that were done by the professionals. Now that's my first point.
Guys,
There were things that were added which we did not agree. That's all I'm saying. There were things that were added which we did not agree. Okay, 1. 2, we have a division in the community. Yes or no? Do we want to do something about this division? Do we want to get over this division? Do we want to get over? Hello, Balu? Do we want to get over this division, or we say no? Okay, boom, put it, squelch everything, squelch the opposition. It doesn't matter. We're going to build the city. Is that what some people are saying? Come on, guys. We have to find the way to agree on the plans, on the details. And if, I'm sorry, just 1 minute. And if there is a movement to bring people together in terms of the plan through the professionals working together, please give that the chance. Let us come together through the professions, let them then present to the community, and if we can choose something that we can all agree, that's what Mother wanted us to do.
Vanakkam, my name is Shankar. I would not take more than 2 minutes. One thing, when I was 12 years old, I'm 55. When I was 12 years old, we had just one meeting in our Mariam temple in Kuilapalayam. We had one meeting and we made 1.7 kilometer road overnight between Kuilapalayam and Perimala Chavadi. That's what it took overnight. One night, 1.7 kilometer road between Kuilapalayam and Perimala Chavadi. That's what needed. See, is that a barbaric community? No. They are illiterate villagers. Yes, they made the road and we are all using the road. They were that quick while they were making the decision. When they were doing the same thing here in between Edanjavadi and the main road, it was so quick, in no time they could make. Look, please, when we start a project, that project we are so happy to stop and we don't want to act. I'm sorry, I don't want to act. I'm so lethargic, and when someone who pays money, I mean the government, when it comes there and say what happened to all our money, we made 3 times street lights, a street light with batteries and everything. We made another street light. Now 3rd type of street lights, but where is the street? Where is the ring road? But we made the ring road, we made the lights. We spent government money. Yeah, but there is no street. And I am 55 and my children have no college here. And for all our big problem, physical problem, we are running outside. For our physical problems, we don't have a good hospital. When are we going to make all these things? After 30 years? Sorry, let's act fast. If we are slow and sleepy, yes, there will be some external force. Let's accept the external force and make use of it and finish it immediately as soon as possible. We can't wait. We need the road. Thank you.
Let's keep only one speaker at a time. Shankar, thank you. Yeah.
Has it. Can we just go together and take advantage of this gathering and move forward in collaboration? Can we do that? Or are we going to fight forever? Choice is ours. It's the largest gathering and many of us, we just keep fighting and we can continue for another 20 years. But choice is, can we make this collaborative today? And when we are talking about managing conversation, we are very good in that. We have done it for 50 years, we can manage conversation for another 50 years. Let's manage time and conversation together. Can we do that? Yes. I'm done.
I'm sorry, I can't stand. Please forgive me, I'm not feeling well. But, yeah, like Shankar said, I was here on the first day. I was 16-year-old and part of the inauguration ceremony at the amphitheater in Matramandir. I said, this is my place that day, and I'm still here from that day, with an absence of 10 years for my higher education. I want this community to grow. If we are ready, there is a little bit of history background which I am again going to repeat. There is the whole history of Auroville. We grew up on our own before the Foundation Act came into place and after the Foundation Act. Before the Foundation Act, we were depending on a body called Auroville Society. We fought with them for the right reason or wrong reason. We had our independence. We fought the case up to the Supreme Court. We won. And today we have the Foundation Act. Since we have the Foundation Act, the community has developed. It would not have developed. Please be grateful. It's because we have this framework, we have a recognition in the world. We can go to fundraising, we have an identity. We didn't have any identity to do any fundraising. We tried to go to Delhi before the Foundation Act came to any place, and they said, who are you? How can we listen to you? You don't have any legal status. So today we have a legal status since, correct me if I'm wrong, since 1988. And please, we have invited the foundation. It is not they have imposed themselves. Please remember, our internal history was the fight with the Auroville Society. Today we have invited the government. They are giving us the framework. They are allowing us to grow. We have the freedom to experiment. Please respect, please be respectful and honor and be human. The local population is part of the human unity, not just us. It is not only our duty to do our human unity experiment. The local population, the regional, the national and the world, they are all human beings. Please respect, please. Secretary, I am very sorry on behalf of the community the way we have behaved today. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry.
You can talk for yourself
and really bad. This is not the way to behave.
Yeah.
India is the host, please.
Yes.
The motherland is the host.
Yes.
Which country, tell me which country will host this project? Which country will hold this project for the whole planet? India. Please.
So it's once again, because it's already 6:25, no? Can we agree to how many people left?
I still have Sumit, Yona,
How many?
Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, can we agree to stay until 6:50, maximum 7? No, maximum 7. Is it okay for everyone? Okay. So please, we keep the same time. 2 minutes.
I actually have a request for information from the foundation office and the secretary, and I'm happy we have time. I have a request for information because I have been following events and there are some things that puzzle me. One thing that puzzles me is that everyone is saying it's the foundation acting, secretary acting, but I see TDC people also involved, working committee members also involved in these actions we spoke about from the 4th till the 10th and continuing. So I just have a question. Like, I would like to know the chain of command that initiated these events, who gave instructions where. Most of us seem to agree it's not gone well. It could have been better. Most of us agree. So, I was a surgeon and we always had a post-mortem. And the post-mortem is meant to help us move forward better for the next patient. So, I would really like to know, if possible, if a forum can be given for those who acted to present the chain of command, maybe confusion that led to first the morning of the 4th The night of the 4th has been explained supposedly to avoid people getting hurt. But then so fast, after, I think it was on the 5th, this movement where outside people were involved, the police were not invited anymore, there are people, no prior information, and also the fact that TDC wrote to youth center saying they would start next week. Why did they come on Saturday? And why? So I would like to know first how it happened, so we see where things go wrong, so we can work better together. Secondly, I would like to ask those who acted whether they feel any regret over the way things were done. I don't think anyone is happy. So that's my first. Sorry, please. I have only 1 more minute. So it puzzles me, and I think this knowledge would help me decide. Second, I have a problem about constitution. As per the Foundation Act, the governing board is meant to ensure Auroville develops according to the charter. Hold on, people, so give me a moment. It's a request for information. Okay, I'm not making any statement. I'm just asking something. So, as per that, and there are the meetings of the governing board, I believe, sometime in November, saying that they have given instructions to develop the township, remove all deviations from the circular path of the Crown Road, etc. And it seems a lot of these events happened with that mandate through the chain of command, which is not yet clear to me. Through human actors who have maybe made mistakes and maybe they did what they wanted to do. So I would just like that. I want to know if the Residents' Assembly passes this resolution by even 90-95%, where does it stand constitutionally? Residents' Assembly say, stop all development till we say yes. Till we say yes when? In 5 years, 10 years, it's not built into the resolution, which is why I personally would find it very hard to say, yes, we need to give a time limit. But even if we gave a time limit or not, and we passed it, what is the constitutional validity of this? Could we hear on this in the next one? Are we just going for a deadlock and opposition, or are we resolving something? Thank you.
Please, yeah, thank you.
So, when I started getting involved in Auroville working groups and so forth, within 2-3 weeks, it was the divide between one side that wanted one group running the Matrimandir and another side wanting another group running the Matrimandir. And I was 20 years old, and I remember this was a very divisive experience to go through. Now I understand that, I know that a lot of people from all different points of view have gone through something very traumatic and have different experiences. What I ask myself and all of us here is, I have no doubt that everybody is here for the manifestation of Mother's Auroville, from people on other sides. So if we understand this and we can accept this, can we say, okay, let's just put the past behind. We'll have a time to look at it. We'll have a time to look at why it's taken us 20 years to come up with a DDP or this, and let's all try and move forward. Let us try to get something positive out of this experience so that as a community, we manifest something. Not that again we get deadlocked into polarities of one side shouting, the other side shouting. I'm as guilty of shouting. But if we can all try and silence ourselves and find somewhere inside us that direction and listen to those who have more experience about those things from all different sides. Thank you.
No fencing, all those things. Okay, your community fencing. That's not what Mother told.
Okay, let's everyone. Hello. And we won't have the time to redefine, because yes, the stopping the work until further notice. Further notice needs some more detail, and we wanted to harvest where people are at in terms of until when it shall stop. We won't go there. We will go there another time. We will just take the pulse at the end of the after hearing you guys. We will just take a pulse. Thank you. Just to clear up the agenda, the change of it.
Hello, my name is Induja. I'm relatively a very new Aurovillian, and my question, and I would like to tell that I have been consciously taking a stand to, like I share what Omar said, to be independent and not take any side in this, because that is not what I committed for when I committed for. But my question now, but what has been spoken here about the planning, nothing about other things also. Also I have, but I do not want to express that. But about planning, which made me come here, which would not happen otherwise, is the question is to Vidya, which will extend to Anbu. So when you said for doing a road, you don't need a detailed development plan. What I don't know, as an architect, I am trying to only understand how a road will be excluded from a detailed development plan. Yes. And I am not able to conceive that. Maybe I'm missing a layman's point of view, which I should take into consideration for future. And the question extends to Anbu, who has been working on GIS for about 30 years in Lavinir. He has been doing all the. No, I can finish and then you can. Yeah.
Vidya, could you please come to the stage here? If you want
Having worked about 30 years on GIS on various layers that we use for town planning, Anbu knows better that till about 2020 March or April, when we started an exercise of compiling 26 to 30 different layers that can be used for town planning. Out of that, the main elements which are coming from the Galaxy model, we had 2 different versions of the Galaxy plan, which was rotated like this, like that. He can't deny that, because we have had discussions over the. Okay, I don't need interruption while I'm talking. We have. Okay, yes, I can lie. People can find out. So we have had discussions. The minutes of the meeting are there in the TDC drive, mapping drive. If anybody wants to access, you can access and see. We have had discussions sitting on the table to whom to contact, who was there at that time when this road was finalized, which is the final version. We have had 4 different versions, and one was finally finalized with different meetings and going into the archives and digging out things. So my worry is, we are going to build a road. Yes, nobody is against that. But are we? I don't know if I can't say that, but I don't know if this is the people that we are really putting in the front line, representing the community to do this. Because I've been there. I've been there. I've worked with the data. I've cleaned up the data. I myself have cleaned up the data. I've cleaned. Okay, Devasmita. We have not had a dialogue. Okay, I'm not coming into that debate, but being and also if there is no, so you are saying, okay, we are going to build a road, but without presenting a basic plan to the community, except please let's come out of the 16 point, that is all there, okay, that is given. But we are not seeing any visual plan. As a lay person, there is nobody able to conceive what is going to come. And it is everybody's right in this community. It's not about the Kuilapalam to Edanchavdi road that nobody knows what is going to come around. This is a people. This is a community where individuals are committed to be conscious individuals.
Thanks, Induja. Can you also briefly?
Induja. Thank you.
Look,
it's just an answer.
Yes,
short answer.
Induja has asked a question, and
it is an answer from TDC. It will take, please, very short.
The master plan, it's called as a master plan because it's called as a master plan because it has a futuristic vision. We just don't draw drawings just like that. I'm surprised that you asked this question being an architect. Ridiculous question, really. You draw a line without even having a plan about how it is going to go, where it is going to go.
So we won't have clarity fully. So it's really opinion against opinion. So I'm wondering how we can build up. Who is the next? Who is the next one?
Also,
No. And there's no one answer. Yes.
First of all, yeah. Can I talk? Yeah.
Let people talk, for God's sake. He has a mic.
If me may request that we listen to Aliza. The only people that will speak is Aliza and the person with the microphone.
So Sumit was asking in general, of course, everything is documented. Yeah, so everything is harvested and we will see how to address it. So, and she was asking only a very precise question to one member of the TDC. That's it. I'm absolutely...
The other one.
I hope my time starts now, right? So I'm also done, okay? So first of all, I'm not happy with what happened in the recent past. But if that has not happened, this would have not happened. I can give you an example, okay? For a long time, everybody has just seen the whole is not in my end. Because if you saw the presentation, there was a point that was pointed out. In February this year, there was a presentation done by the forest group, okay, about the Bliss Forest and the youth center. But I know I was there for the meeting. Only 20 or 30 members of this resident assembly attended this meeting. Okay? Yes. Okay, the next week, after 2 weeks, there was again a presentation by TDC at the same room. Not even 15 members were there. It was mostly on the same topic. Okay, I was there for both the meetings, because with an expectation of something is going to happen. So for a long time, as resident assembly, we have not been aware what is a crown road, why is it there, and what is going to come. Now we are talking about problems. But what problem? We are talking about the problem that happened now. So what was the problem that happened before 10 years? What was the problem that happened before 15 years? Are we going to get answers for these questions? So my opinion point for this is, first, write down your problems or write down your questions or whatever is, because a problem identified is more than 80% is solved. Still we don't know what is the problem. I don't know what is the problem. Is it the problem the road? Okay, it's the people? I don't know the problem. We are talking about problem, but everything boils to come and see what happened the problem the last week. Okay, so let's reflect ourselves and see what is the problem that we're going to talk, and let's come together. That is what everybody is talking. Let's come together and find answers for these questions and problems. Okay, thank you.
Hi, Elisa is sitting. Yes, I'm just saying I'll come in for Elisa so that you're not confused.
Hello.
Okay. Hello. So, of course, all of us, we are not proud what has happened, the way how it has happened. But it should happen in another way. So, my understanding, since I have been in the town hall building past 15 years, my understanding that this crown has to happen 20 years ago, and professionally it was being delayed. So when we got a new secretary who is on power, who is active and who came to support our vision and our master plan. She takes the file and sees that we have delayed for 20 years. Okay, what is the next step? And for my understanding, Madam has given enough time and sat and spoke with a lot of people to see how we can come to an agreement to move forward. Because everyone says, we agree, we will do it. But when the moment to come, no. Then there is always a solution, there is always another way. So, of course, to come in the night to do the Jesse work, it's not at all okay. But how to move forward? How to move forward? So, now, as we all say, Kripa, everybody says that we all agree with the master plan, as I also feel that we should now move forward, because we will be a fool in front of all these people who have donated money to buy the land and for our project, which from internationally and from India, we will really represent a fool if we are not moving forward to our project. So this is the opportunity to ask Madam to say, we will move forward, we will do the crown, we will do the crown, we will do the crown, give us the time so we can do the crown. Auroville will build Aurovillians. But if we delay and delay, obviously something is going to happen like what has happened, which is not their mistake if we are not moving forward.
Calm down, please.
Okay.
Calm down. Renu, please sit down. Renu, please sit down. Renu, please sit down. Renu, look.
Unfortunately, we cannot hear you when you don't have a mic. Also, people online will not hear you and people outside will not hear you. So we have to stick who speaks in front. So this question can unfortunately not answer it now. Please, Selvi.
Finally. Hello. Do you hear me? Good evening. Good evening. Shout. Okay. Now you hear. Okay. Good evening, all of you. See, I am seeing my community, Auroville, as a learning community, progressive community, and which is here for human unity. But today what I see, I don't see anything of what I mentioned today. I really don't see anything, because there are negative concerns, there are positive concerns. But how the integration comes when you include these two? Positive and negative has to be there. If you do math or if you do building, anything, both sides has to be there. You have to include and you have to listen equally. Clapping, background giving noise. This is what we have learnt being in Auroville as a human unity community. No, this is not what we learnt. And many of you have attended stewardship program. Monica Sharma has taught us not to clap. Why? It's equal respect. You have to give respect on integral level. See, I don't know, I just have some puzzles and you can still shout background noise or whatever. I just have some puzzles from my experience. When I lived in nursery, I had to build a house and I went to TDC for permission. But they did not give me permission to build a permanent setup, because they said this land is coming up from master plan. And then whenever I have gone to town hall, I have seen the plan myself. Always, whenever I go there, I stand there and look at the plan. So this is what this is puzzles me. Thank you.
So just for your orientation, we have 2 more people who will talk today. We will have another meeting anyway, so we will have more space for people to express. We will have more space for people to pose questions, and hopefully also some answers. After just 1 second. After these two people, we will ask the question about the RAD question to take the pulse. So please don't run away. Stay here.
I am new. I'm Auroville. I don't know what is the unity. I am surprised. You can laugh. You can clap. You can whistle. Say home. No problem. It's also unity. Right time. That's all. I don't know how to speak. Anyway, what has happened last 1 month or 2-3 months, I'm just speaking. There is adventure, 100 Palmyra tree cut. I don't see people, those people lover. I'm not against this side or that side, very clear. On the Brisbane ground, the 3-4 acres cut by the trees. Also, the Matrimati going to make a lake, going to cut many trees. That also in a project. Also, even I'm telling the master plan or this or that, no problem. More or less meter will be gone front and back. I'm working with Roger, 8 year, more 8 year, is telling whatever I follow. Sometime I give suggestion, he will accept. He will accept. The question now, the problem coming where exactly? Cutting tree and in the between road or need a crown road? This is a little bit confusion for me. This is people, anyway, when you develop more city, 7,000, we have to cut the tree. Now if you want unity, we'll go and cut the tree tomorrow? Or what is the idea and future to go? Only our problem, not we are in unity, we have to more further development of use. I don't speak much here, I don't have much. Another one point, in future we need a JCP. Don't tell JCP no need. Or right time, the night time or daytime. I'm telling all the plan last few years, working by the JCP. All the development, all the bike, we are going the technology. All the computer are using more technology. Don't play. We are eating every day good chicken, biryani and 65. I don't know what is you are speaking. I am only speaking now, just little putting because the crowd is so much. Now somebody clap or home, something do. I'm happy, thank you.
We have one more person to speak.
I hope that I am safe speaking at this moment, because I know that many people today are afraid to speak and to give their opinion. So I hope I can speak. What I wanted to say is people spoke as if the delay for the past 20 years was due to one part of Auroville, one section of Auroville. It is not true. It is not true. We all know that the delay has been also due to the inflexibility, to the rigidity, to the dogmatism of the people sitting in L'Avenir. We all know that. I have talked to many people who gave proposals. You know, most of them. There was David, there was Suhasini, there was Gilles Boulico, there were so many people who gave good proposals and they were not even looked at. They were not even looked at. And more recently, there was this proposal from Paul. I don't know what happened to that proposal. I don't know. But most probably, it was not even looked at. Thank you.
Thank you. One moment. Just one short
No, we will
notice.
come to the
Yeah,
end.
I'm just-
There will
I-
no clarification now on any things. There were many things said. We cannot do fact-finding here right now. Many people feel that something that was stated is maybe not true. I think all of us have 1 or 2 points that were said where we feel like it doesn't resonate with me. Maybe I even feel this is untrue. But we cannot go into any kind of discussion here now We will
I
not
agree.
leave anyone.
As the RAS, I would say if we can answer some questions right now, and if it won't take much time, I guess we better go for it. Otherwise, we will create this drama over nothing.
Look, we cannot build a story on things which are factually incorrect. This is the, can you just be patient for a minute? This is the plan that Mita referred to, where she said this was only done to protect the land. She said that, only for that. Now let us read the first page of that plan. She said it. Now what does the, but let us read the plan, no? The plan says, the citizens of Auroville appeal to the government of India to take all possible steps to safeguard the land for the realization of this master plan. Not for anything else. The second statement which I want to correct from Mita, she said there is a complete difference between these two plans. There is not a single difference in the layout. There is a difference in the text. This plan, which is prepared by the Auroville community and approved in December 1999, has the circular crown and the radials on 18 pages. You please check it. 18 pages. So, no, please. I am only correcting Mita, I am not correcting you. So this document, you can say whatever you like, it is black on white, it was asked. No, it is available. So the point is, even if the original motivation was protection of the land for what? For us to have a comfortable life or to building a city? Well, you can shout. And my last point is, why haven't you not brought up the issue of DDP when the solar kitchen was built, all your houses were built, when this Bharati was built, everything was built. There was no DDP required. No DDP was required. But now when the crown is built, we need a DDP. What doubles? You can do whatever you like, but you are having double standards. Double standards.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you. So, originally, we will have not anyone speak from this front. I will have one question to you, you will have a chance to raise your hands, and then we all go home. So no one will speak, that's clear. In the original agenda, there would have been a part, can you please listen? There would have been a part where we would all discuss how can we define the question of this RAD further so that it's not only just until further notice. We haven't gone there because we don't have time now. We will have to go there because that's part of the RAD process. We cannot just have a question which says we stop the crown development until further notice and then what? So we will have to find something very specific and concrete we can all, in the end, agree or disagree with. We haven't so far. All we have now is what we showed up for today, and this is, for now, stop all development work on the crown until further notice of the RA. This is very broad, and this will not stay like this, that's for sure. But for now, the policy also sees that it is necessary for us to follow the process of an RAD to take a pulse in the room at the end. So this is what we're going to do now. Please make sure that you're above 18 and Aurovillian. When you raise your hand, or you don't raise your hand, that's fine.
What about all the people outside?
Yes, we will have someone come outside. Please, one person of the RAS.
And make sure that everybody that raises hand is an Aurovillian or about 18 years old.
I said that. Please.
Everybody that raises hand for the pulse should be an Aurovillian, 18 years above, and confirmed Aurovillians as well, actually.
So,
not volunteers and not newcomers.
The reason why
We have accepted to raise the hand. Just one second. Accept to raise the hand today
Yes.
Can we please?
So just to say to block, we have come here
No,
to say
no, no,
to
no,
block.
no, 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 no. That's not. I think you didn't listen to Julia. Please. I think she's gonna talk about it.
Okay, I can
Please
explain
listen to
again.
it. Yeah, explain it.
I can explain again. We have a very broad question, which right now is quite undefined. It just says we want to stop all development. I mean, the question will be, are you for or against stopping all development work on the Crown until further notice of the RA? So, can you please listen? Usually, we would have talked about defining that question here, but we have no time. It was okay as it was, but we will have to meet again to define the question further. We meet again and define the question further. Nevertheless, part of the policy is that we now take a pulse in the room. Whoever is Aurovillian and under 18, let's go for the youth. Whoever is over 18 and Aurovillian is in the end allowed to take part of this RAD. So also in this pulse, we can only please make sure that you fall in this category. You're over 18 and Aurovillian.
And it's not a decision.
It's not a decision. It's just to take the pulse of the room as it is right now. It's not a decision at all. The pulse is part of the policy. And that's part of the RAD policy. I suggest we all read the policy till the next time, but for now we just go with the pulse. Who is this pulse has, whoever thinks now yes can always change his mind or her mind to no, and the other way around. So this pulse is just a momentary picture of where we stand. Nothing more and nothing less, but it is needed. So I will ask the question now. Whoever
Just to be clear, because that was part of my presentation. So we are not going to vote today. We are not going to take decisions today. Okay.
So
she just read the proposal. The policy that you voted 2 months ago in October says that at the end of this meeting, RAS, with the facilitators, is taking the pulse. Doesn't mean anything to me, to be honest. I don't understand it. When I read it, I said, what does it mean? I even asked this question. Now, what she will do, she will read again the proposal, and you raise your hands if you feel you are still in favor of that. Then we will have the feedback period. You will have time to give comments, and this proposal can be modified in case you give valuable comments as the petitioners will pick.
Well, one correction. It's very important to highlight that actually this pulse is supposed to happen at the second RM and further. So rather today we can focus on the next steps, and probably we can look into that matter which is we all feel a bit unclear about the further notice. So if the room can suggest how we can reformulate that RAD, future RAD question, so please share now. So that's simple as is. The pulse supposed to happen, and it will take place when we meet again for the second RA meeting. Thank you.
Tatjana, please, what speaks against to just take a pulse now? It's not something that we have to rely on. Why? We can take pulses twice, no?
I don't think so. I mean, why not to just proceed with our...
Calm down, please. Calm down. Look. If we are
Just
all
a
walking
clarification on the policy. I have no opinion here. I will just read out the policy for everyone to have the picture.
Please,
Everybody.
like, take 5 minutes.
Look, Padmanabhan, please sit down. I request everyone to sit down here. Look, if you're not sitting down here, look, we have to make it. Look, we have.
So, please.
Wait, one moment. Can we all sit down, please? Yeah, let's ask this question.
So, the only thing we can do is follow the policy at the moment. I will stay, Okay, the only thing we can do is follow the policy at the moment. And the policy says, point 2D, sorry, at the end of every first residents' assembly meeting in a series, the RAS will take a pulse from the RAM, which is RA meeting, attendees, to get a sense of what RAM attendees feel/think about the proposals and about next steps to take before the follow-up RAM. This can be done with the help of facilitators and or resource persons. So that is what is written in the policy. So let's just...
Okay, guys, whoever is here, whoever wants to take a pulse right now and is above 18 and Auroville, please raise your hand if you would for the moment say yes to stop all development work on the Crown until further notice of the RA. Okay. I'm not sure about outside, but here I see many hands. So it's a high. It's a high support. Yes. Okay, I get it.
And all those who says no for it as well, please ask them to raise as well.
Okay. Let's take the pulse for no.
Pulse for no.
Just 2
Pulse for
minutes
no.
more. We're almost done. Let's see the no. From this moment, who would say, please listen. Please listen. Please raise your hand if you're above 18 and Auroville, and for this moment you would say no to stop all development work on the Crown until further notice of the RA.
Having said that, we're not making the final decision here.
Yes, we
We're
know.
not making the final decision here.
Yeah, it's clear.
We will have a follow-up meeting. I need to reinstate that. From the RAS perspective. I'm sorry, you may not be interested to hear that, but we have to work together. I mean, it just cannot be one side, taking pulse yes, and then we all walk out of the room. That's not the way it is. It needs to be heard. I mean, the minority and the majority has to be heard. So, and we're not making decisions here. So, all those who says no to not to go ahead with this RAD, please raise your hands as well, so that we can conclude this meeting on the next steps. Can you show of hands? Show of hands. There is no next question. That's the only question that we have to conclude. So it looks like nobody has said no to this, not to continue with it. And that's the conclusion.
Okay, I'm a bit lost here.
Thank you. We'll take care of that. Yeah.
So can you please just elaborate what the next step after this meeting is, Satish?
Right. So the meeting has been completely recorded and by the Auroville radio team, and forgot your name. Sorry, Ribu. So apart from all those residents and residents of this community who has been witnessing this meeting today, it has been also observed by the virtual participants in this community. So all the feedback and all the sharings that has happened here, all the questions, all the facts that has been put in here will be communicated to the petitioner coordinating team to consolidate that into their consideration, and then come to the next RAM meeting to update on it, and then we meet as a community once again to see how do we move forward with it. So on the other hand, The RAS will also invite feedback from the wider community after reporting this meeting to the wider community in the next couple of days. We will announce.
So it will take some time to incorporate the feedback of today.
Yeah, we will discuss with the stakeholders and announce the next meeting because it doesn't rely on our responsibility alone.